You have been raised on a lie. A beautiful, suffocating lie wrapped in the silk of kindergarten posters and motivational speeches. The lie says, play fair, and the universe will reward you. The lie says, be kind, and kindness will return to you tenfold. The lie says, honesty is the only policy, and the truth will set you free. Let me show you the graveyard of people who believe that. It is filled with talented employees who were passed over for promotion by the boss's nephew. It holds the broken hearts of lovers who gave everything and received betrayal in return. It contains the dreams of entrepreneurs who built something beautiful, only to have it stolen by a partner who smiled while signing the papers. They played fair, they were kind, they were honest, and they were consumed. You are surrounded by predators disguised as colleagues, friends, and lovers. They do not follow your rules. They laugh at your morality. They see your fairness as a weakness to exploit, your kindness as a lever to pull, your honesty as a map to your vulnerabilities. Every moment you spend playing fair is a moment you are volunteering to be a doormat in a world that worships boots. This is not a call to become a monster. It is a call to stop being prey. The difference between a ruthless strategist and a mindless tyrant is control. The difference between a dark psychologist and a sociopath is purpose. You will learn to wield power not because you wish to harm, but because you refuse to be harmed. You will learn to stop playing fair because the game was rigged before you were born, and only the ruthless rewrite the rules. Here are the 5 darkest power lessons. They are not theories, they are weapons. Handle them with the gravity they deserve. Lesson 1. The empathy trap. Why your compassion is their cheapest fuel. Empathy has been sold to you as your greatest virtue. In truth, unguarded empathy is a bleeding artery in a sea of sharks. The dark lesson is this: your ability to feel another's pain is not a bridge, it is a leash. Predators know this. They do not fear your anger, they fear your indifference. But they worship your pity. Consider the master manipulator, the emotional vampire who drains you with stories of their tragic past, their unfair boss, their chronic illness that flares up only when you try to leave. They do not want your solutions. They want your energy. And you, noble fool, wade into their swamp of suffering, trying to save a creature whose survival depends on drowning you. Every tear you shed for them is fuel. Every sleepless night you spend worrying about their problems is a chain you forge around your own freedom. The ruthless truth, empathy, must be a switch, not a state. You must learn to turn it off like a light. When you see someone weaponizing their victimhood, feel nothing. When a colleague cries to get you to cover their incompetence, observe the performance without applause. When a lover threatens self-harm to keep you, recognize it as the hostage negotiation it is. You are not a rehabilitation center for broken people. You are not a lifeguard for those who refuse to swim. Dark psychology teaches that the most powerful response to an empathy trap is strategic detachment. Say these words aloud: I understand you are in pain. That does not make it my pain. Watch how quickly the tears dry when they realize you are no longer a mirror for their misery. They will call you cold. They will call you heartless. Good. That means the switch is working. Because the moment you stop feeding the empathy trap, the predator must either evolve or find an easier meal. Be the stone that breaks their machinery. To be ruthless is not to be unfeeling. It is to be the one who decides when feeling is safe. Guard your compassion like a nuclear launch code. Deploy it only for those who have proven they would bleed for you, not those who only want to see you bleed. Lesson 2. The information asymmetry. Starve them of truth. Feast on their confusion. Fair play demands transparency. It whispers that secrets are sins and that open books are virtuous. In the dark arena of power, transparency is suicide. Every fact you reveal is a bullet you hand to your enemy. Every honest answer you give is a step they take toward your throat. The second darkest lesson is that information is the only true currency. And like any currency, it must be hoarded, counterfeited, and deployed only when it yields maximum destruction. The ruthless do not answer questions, they redirect them. They do not explain themselves. They let confusion do the work of creating doubt in their opponent's mind. They understand that a confused adversary is a paralyzed adversary. Think of the legal depositions, where the most powerful word is not truth, but objection. Think of the negotiations where the most skilled player sits in silence, letting the other party ramble into their own trap. Think of the chess grandmaster who spends 20 minutes on a single move, not because they are thinking, but because they are waiting for you to reveal your impatience. Information asymmetry is the art of knowing everything about your opponent while they know nothing real about you. How do you build this asymmetry? First, practice the art of the non-answer. When asked a direct question, respond with a question of your own. Where were you last night? Becomes, why is that relevant to your concerns? Watch them stumble. Second, cultivate multiple versions of your own narrative. Tell one person you are pursuing a business degree. Tell another you are taking a sabbatical to travel. Tell a third you are dealing with a family emergency. None are lies. All are fragments. No one sees the full mosaic. Third, never, under any circumstances, reveal your true emotional state. Your anger, your fear, your love, your hatred, these are maps to your vulnerabilities. Show the opposite of what you feel. Smile when you want to destroy. Frown when you are elated. Become a cipher. The ruthless also weaponize false information. This is where the timid recoil. They call it lying. You will call it strategic misdirection. Feed your rival a plausible but harmless piece of fake data and watch them chase shadows. Let them build their strategy on your decoys. When they commit to attacking your left flank, you will already be behind them, blade at their spine. Fair play calls this deceit. Power calls this Tuesday. Remember, the world does not revolve around truth. It revolves around perception. Control what people perceive, and you control their reality. Starve them of your truth. Feast on their confusion. And never apologize for being unknowable. Lesson 3. The Weaponization of Social Debt. How to trap souls in the ledger of guilt. Society has taught you to be grateful, to say thank you, to return favors, to feel a warm glow when you help someone, and a cold itch when you owe someone. The architects of civilization designed this social contract to function smoothly. They did not design it to protect you from those who would turn gratitude into a cage. The third darkest lesson is that every favor is a leash. Every gift is a hook. Every act of kindness from a predator is a down payment on your future obedience. The ruthless master of dark psychology never accepts a favor without calculating the interest rate. And they never perform a favor without attaching invisible chains. Consider the classic maneuver, the unsolicited help. A colleague finishes your report just to be nice. A friend pays for dinner, no need to pay me back. A relative offers to house sit because I love you. On the surface, generosity. Below the surface, a ledger entry. Days, weeks, or months later, the bill arise. Remember when I did that for you? Now I need you to cover for me with the boss. Or I never asked you to repay that dinner, so you surely can't say no to this one small favor. Or worst of all, the unspoken debt that hangs in the air, a ghost that haunts every future refusal. The ruthless response is twofold. First, reject unsolicited favors immediately. When someone offers to do something you did not ask for, say no. Say it with a smile. Say it with confusion. Why would you do that? That's odd. Watch them scramble to explain their generosity. Without the favor, there is no debt. Second, when you must accept a favor, annihilate the debt before it can form. Do not say thank you. Say, I will compensate you for this. Hand them cash. Send a gift card. Reframe the interaction from a social exchange to a cold transaction. They will protest. Oh no, it was my pleasure. Insist. Make it uncomfortable. Because the moment money changes hands, the emotional ledger is zeroed. They cannot guilt you with a service you have already purchased. Conversely, learn to be the one who creates social debt in others. Offer small, unsolicited favors to those you wish to control. A cup of coffee, a ride home, a public compliment. Each tiny gift is a thread. Pull enough threads, and you have a rope. When the time comes to ask for something large, they will feel the weight of accumulated obligation. They will comply not because they want to, but because their subconscious ledger screams at them to restore balance. This is not manipulation, it is accounting. And the ruthless are the world's best accountants. Be warned, social debt works both ways. Never let anyone put you in their ledger. Keep your own books. And when someone tries to collect on a debt you never agreed to, look them in the eye and say, I did not sign that contract. The law of power has no statute of limitations, except the one you enforce. Lesson 4. The strategic devaluation. Why being too valuable is the fastest path to enslavement. You have been told that your value is your shield. That if you are talented enough, indispensable enough, brilliant enough, no one will dare harm you. This is a beautiful fantasy. In reality, the moment you become irreplaceable is the moment you become a target. Not for destruction, for capture. The fourth darkest lesson is that predators do not destroy what they can enslave. They do not kill the golden goose. They lock it in a cage and force it to lay eggs until its legs buckle. Your talents, your skills, your unique gifts, these are not your protection. They are your prison bars, if you display them without strategic devaluation. Think of the brilliant software engineer who builds a company's entire infrastructure. Does the company celebrate them? For a moment, perhaps. Then the owners begin to panic. What if they leave? What if they demand more money? What if they go to a competitor? The solution is not to reward the engineer. It is to trap them, load them with so much responsibility that they cannot imagine leaving. Surround them with sycophants who report their every move. Slowly undermine their confidence until they believe they are worthless anywhere else. Value has become a collar. The ruthless avoid this fate through strategic devaluation. This means deliberately hiding portions of your capability. It means performing at 70% when you can perform at 100%. It means solving problems in ways that make you useful but not essential. It means ensuring that no single project, no single relationship, no single situation would collapse without you. Because the moment something cannot survive without you, you belong to it, not the other way around. More controversially, strategic devaluation means occasionally failing on purpose, not catastrophically. Just enough to remind the world that you are human, that you are fallible, that you are not a machine to be exploited. When you are too perfect, you become a tool. When you are flawed, you become a person. And people are harder to enslave. Recognize, too, that devaluation applies to your relationships. Never let a partner, friend, or family member believe that they are your only source of love or happiness. Maintain options. Cultivate distance. Have secret friendships, secret hobbies, secret sources of joy that no one can touch. The moment someone believes they are the sun in your universe, they will begin to burn you for fuel. The ultimate ruthless move. Periodically demonstrate that you can walk away from anything and anyone, not as a threat, as a fact. Take a weekend trip without telling anyone. Decline an invite with no explanation. Let a project fail because you were not there to save it. These actions send a signal. I am not yours. I am mine. That signal is more powerful than 100 displays of value, because value can be stolen. Autonomy can only be surrendered. Lesson 5. The mirror of chaos. How to turn their own darkness against them. The final lesson is the most dangerous. It is the one that separates the amateur power seeker from the true master of dark psychology. The first 4 lessons are about defense and strategic offense. This one is about annihilation. The 5th darkest lesson is this: every person has a shadow, a hidden desire, a repressed rage, a secret shame, an unacknowledged cruelty. The ruthless do not fear these shadows. They learn to reflect them. They become mirrors that show people their own worst selves, and then they watch the self-destruction unfold without lifting a finger. This is the mirror of chaos. When someone lies to you, do not confront them. Instead, become so confusingly honest that their lies look like madness next to your transparency. When someone tries to gaslight you, do not defend your reality. Lean into their absurdity. You're right. Maybe I did imagine that email. Maybe I did imagine the security footage. Let's call a psychiatrist for both of us. Watch them retreat from the mirror. When someone tries to humiliate you publicly, do not shrink. Magnify their attack to absurdity. Yes, I am the worst employee you've ever had. In fact, I'm probably a secret agent sent to destroy this company. Should we call the police? The mirror turns their weapon back at them, but now it is coated in parity they cannot control. The deeper application of the mirror is to identify the specific darkness in your opponent, and then reflect it so perfectly that they confront themselves. A bully who thrives on control. Give them chaos. Respond to every demand with a non sequitur. Change the subject. Laugh at nothing. Their need for control will choke on your unpredictability. A manipulator who uses pity. Give them cold, clinical analysis. You say you're sad. Let's list the biochemical reasons for sadness. Have you eaten, slept, exercised? Their weapon of emotion shatters against your machine like logic. A narcissist who needs admiration. Give them indifference. Look through them. Speak to the person behind them. Yawn while they talk. Nothing destroys a narcissist faster than the realization that they are wallpaper in their own story. But the mirror's most lethal form is to expose your opponent's hypocrisy publicly. Not by accusation, but by imitation. If they accuse you of being selfish, become dramatically, performatively selfish. Thank them for the suggestion, and take it further than they ever imagined. Their accusation becomes a boomerang. They wanted to shame you. Instead, you have shown them that their shame has no power. This is not fighting fire with fire. It is becoming a vacuum that sucks the oxygen from their flames. A final warning about the mirror of chaos. It can consume the one who wields it. To reflect darkness is to touch it. To touch it is to risk becoming it. You must have an anchor, a private code, a hidden line you will not cross, a secret room in your mind where you are still the person you were before you learned these lessons. Use the mirror, but never live in it. Reflect chaos, but return to order. Be ruthless, but never random. Conclusion: the door you have opened. You have now heard 5 lessons that most people will go to their graves without learning. The empathy trap, information asymmetry, social debt, strategic devaluation, the mirror of chaos. Each one is a key to a door you cannot close once opened. Do not pretend you are still the innocent who believed in fair play. That person was a lamb reciting poetry to wolves. You are now something else. You are the sheepdog who has learned to growl in the wolf's language. You are the prey who turned and learned the predator's rhythm. You are dangerous, not because you wish to harm, but because you have finally accepted that the world is a negotiation, not a gift. Stop playing fair. The game was never fair. The rules were written by the winners to keep you in your place. Rewrite them. Be the author, not the character. Be ruthless, not because ruthlessness is good or evil, but because it is the only language power understands. And power, whether you like it or not, is the only currency that buys your freedom. Go now. The mirror is waiting to show you the reflection of your own potential. Do not flinch.